Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, our reading for our card for our reading is the Queen of Cups. And it seems about right. We're doing a Pisces reading and all. Let's go ahead and see what these tea leaves have to say. Okay, so if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay. We definitely have some numbers and letters. This will be coming out on Valentine's Day, although you might be watching it on another day. So I'll just tell you I love you, and I hope that you are doing something nice for yourself. Get yourself a little treat. Ooh, yes, look at that. We have a 2 and an 8. 28. Okay, so right here I see the side profile of, it looks like a wolf head, maybe a dog, canine, definitely. So this looks, it looks more realistic than most of the little dog formation. So it does seem to me like this is, I almost wonder if you have some kind of decoration in your house or in your life somewhere, your office or somewhere of a wolf or a dog, right? It maybe is a picture of your own dog, but maybe you just like those kind of like the wolves, like with the mountain, or one of those cool shirts. I love those wolf shirts. I love those wolf shirts. And they've made such a reoccurrence in the last, 5 or 10 years or whatever. But they're they're cool. I don't have a wolf one. I have one of a squirrel, and I have a raccoon one, and they're realistic. they're really cool. So I don't know. I just get that energy. Like, this is something that you really like. This is something that appears in your life somewhere. And maybe this is even kind of, a sacred animal for you. Something that maybe you think of as like a totem animal or like a familiar or some kind of, I don't know, I know out there on the internet, there are a lot of people that do fan fiction, and they're really into wolves and different kinds of illustrations of humanoid ones and stuff. It could be something like that too. Most of you are probably like, what is she talking about? It's I know it from Tumblr. I'm a bit of a Tumblr person. So anyways, let's see. I know I saw this other beautiful animal right here, and it looks like you can see the head and the horns. It looks like a bull, maybe a young one though. I almost wonder if it is a Taurus person in your life. Maybe you have a Taurus child, like a son, maybe, or somebody who you took care of who was a Taurus. But it feels like they're younger, and it could be like a grandchild or something like this. And hello, TT. I didn't even say hello. I just picked you up. How are you doing, my love? Okay, so it seems like a youthful energy. And now we have this coupled with the Queen of Cups. And So I feel like there's this real, young kind of, maybe not always making the best decisions, right? Impulsive, passionate, just really a go-getter, not always doing the go-getting for the right kinds of things, right? They're just having fun out there, mingling with others, and kind of exploring their world, and maybe going off to school, or maybe beginning their adult life after college, something like this. But I feel like with that Queen of Cups energy, there really is a sense of, it's not worry. I mean, of course, we always worry about our children, our grandchildren, the kids who are in our lives, who we've cared about, that we've watched grow up, and now they're out there doing their own thing, and trying to get it together, and figure it out. And that can worry us a little bit. But I think it's more of a sense of, there's just a deep love, I think, an admiration for the abilities of this person. I feel like you look at them and you think, there's so much there, so much potential. They have so much ability. They are, they're so creative, right? I think of Taurus people often as being really, they have an eye for beauty. They have an eye for kind of, for style and color and symmetry and form, and just an interesting way to look at the world and express themselves, with all the tidbits they bring together. Okay, they definitely, I feel like they experience things not like I do. Not exactly, anyways. I have definitely been envious of Taurus people at times in my life, especially in the arts, especially in any kind of work situation where they're really good at engaging with people. They're good at communicating with people. So I think you see all these things in this person, and where they maybe can be a little bit callous or quick to emotionality, judgment, easily to cut somebody off. Here you are, this beautiful watery being, and easy to speak to as well, but in a different way, in a way that you can open yourself up. You can speak below the surface, right? When you're talking to a Pisces person, you don't have to do all of the, jumping through these little nuanced hoops of small talk and being, proper and with great manner, and being self-conscious and feeling shameful and guilty and all these things, because a Pisces person will meet you exactly where you are, whatever you are. You will be there looking at somebody in the eye, listening to them, making them feel like, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm with you. You can be vulnerable. And you are not somebody to take that information and turn it against them. But I do think you are really good at giving advice. You're really good at looking at something in a practical manner. And with this person, I keep wanting to say kid, it just feels like it's like I know, no, Kids hate that. They don't like it when they're, like whatever, between 12 years old and 30 years old, and you call them a kid, and it's, don't call me that. But it does, yeah. I feel like this is a younger person, maybe, in their early 20s or late teens. And this person wants and needs your guidance. I think that you really can tell them when something doesn't seem, doesn't seem right. Maybe it doesn't seem like a logical move. I feel like you're their person that they can come and be like, I'm doing this, I'm thinking this. What do you think of this move? This, whatever. And you'll be real with them. And that's something that everybody needs. But I think in this case in particular, this is somebody that you're willing to give your time to. Okay? Because here's the thing with, I think, Pisces people is that you have all these abilities, but you also are somebody who is pretty discerning about your time and energies. You also take in people's energies deeply. So you can be quite affected by, just with whatever people tell you, whatever's going on with them. I think something along the lines of being like an empath. And so I see that this is somebody who you care for deeply because you are willing to do this with them. You're not kind of avoiding getting too close. You're already very close. Okay, I love you, but you got to go, Mama. Can you go get med with Daddy? Go on. Go find Poppy. Go find Poppy. He's back there. Okay, so we have a 12 right here. 1 and a 2. 1 and a 2. Now we do have a horse. You can see, maybe, yeah, I'm going to go with the horse. I was going to say, that might be a giraffe. But I think that's a horse. So we have a horse. We have a Z, or a 2. Oh, that's the 28, yes. 20, I was like, when did I notice that 2? I did. I already saw that one. So we do have 2 2s right there. We have the 1, 2, and then we have the 2 and the 8. Right there. We also have an A. Oops. Let me see if I can get this right there. Yes. We have an A right here. So we have a horse. And so there's movement. We have an ostrich. A little tent person with a cane. So, it feels like this, there's a thing coming up here in the near future where I feel like you are going to be taking some kind of trip, not a big thing, but I think kind of a little getaway. And I think building up to it, it's going to be busy. And I think that you're almost going to be like, I don't even want to do this. It's too much. I'd rather just kind of stay home. Just stay where I'm at, do a little staycation for a couple days. But I think that this also is kind of, maybe you're going on, I don't know, maybe it's not like a big, I don't know. I don't think it's a big vacation where you're, going like a cruise or something. But I think this is kind of like going to see family or some kind of event that's bringing you all together, maybe like a wedding or a graduation or something. And yeah, I think there's some anxiety around this, but I do think once you get going, once you actually get there and you are with everybody, I think this is going to be a time where there is a sense of being kind of surprised by how much everybody has kind of, I don't know, maybe it's not even like grown up, but it's kind of like everybody's kind of been through some serious stuff lately in the last few years. And I think a lot of people have really calmed down, with their dramas and their kind of toxic behaviors. And this will be a time where you all can kind of just hang out together, see each other, enjoy each other. I think that there will be some moments that will be important for you, that you will always carry with you. I even see somebody with a cane here, and I feel like this is kind of like seeing somebody from the older generation and them being among all of their, kids and grandkids and great-grandkids, and there's just the joy there, and lots of pictures and laughing and just being happy that you all have kind of gotten to this point where, hey, you might not be the best of friends, you might not talk all the time, but you can definitely be grateful to be in the same room, sharing a meal, not going on about old things, and just being happy to be alive, right? And I think this is going to be so healing for you. I think this will be a situation where you are just pleasantly surprised. I mean, it feels like quite a blessing, really, truly. Okay. Now I'm looking at this one and I keep thinking, okay, it looks like like a star, part of a star, right? The top half of it. And I keep thinking there is a real sense of the star card here, which makes sense to me too, because when I first started reading the Thoth cards, I would always mix up the Queen of Cups and the Star card. And so I see this and I'm like, yeah, of course they go together once again. They kind of always do in my mind. So yes, the thing that keeps coming into mind, I keep thinking of this idea where it says that love is true love, a true kind of love. Doesn't have to be romantic, but a true form of love is when somebody really has consideration for somebody else. It doesn't always have to be these grand gestures or overly romantic or, very passionate and sensual, although at times, right, it can be. But I think really on the most subtle level, in the most important parts of our coming together, coexisting, it is a sense of consideration, thinking about how we affect other people, how they affect us. If we're going to say or do something, we think, how is this going to make them feel? Is this something that they like or don't like? And that energy met and shared back by this other person. It's really special when that happens. You know, I don't think it happens a lot in life. I have to say, you know, and this goes from different kinds of relationships I've had in my life, friendships and family and romantic and otherwise. You know, I look back and I think, of course, you know, every relationship has its value on some level, okay? But you look back and you think all the signs were there. Yeah, things are fun and exciting, and you know, we had somebody to hang out with and you know, and whatever. But then you think this person was never that considerate. Like they never even, you know, they were for self, or they barely even, you know, went out of their way to communicate with you or you know, hang out, or not hang out, but, you know, just like add to the friendship. And I think really as you get older, you think about people, you don't want to make things more difficult for anybody you care about. You don't want to put somebody out. You want to make sure that you make things as easy as possible, usually, right? And, you know, never did I know that more as like having a kid, or, of course, that they're not easy. But I think about everything I do is, you know, I think about how will she like this? You know, is she over this already? What's her favorite thing? What is, you know, whatever I have to do. All my schedule is around what is going to benefit her and my family and so on. And so, you know, I feel like I look at this, I look at the star, I look at the horse especially, and even the bull, the relationship with the Taurus person. And I think, you know, you have a lot of people you love in your life. And I think you are at this almost a mastery of how you love others, how you treat others. You are a person who is so evolved emotionally. And I think that in this time coming up, it is crossing over deeply into the spiritual realms because you have done so much work. You've done so much work. You care for people in a genuine way. You're empathetic. You're of service to people. You think about the greater good of your direct life, right? Your friends, your family, your chosen family, the people that are in your daily life, and so on. And I think that's something that we don't see a lot in people. Like we hope to, right? And it's hard, you know, and sometimes we backslide. Sometimes we get frustrated and angry. Sometimes we're overstimulated, burnt out. And we have to meet ourselves with the same amount of consideration that we do other people. And that's the thing. It's hard to remember that. But I do think that you have gotten good at this. You've gotten good at it on all levels. It's a very holistic growth. And so, you know, I think in this next year, you're really going to have quite a psychic experience on all levels of life. I can see you experiencing the world in a way that you have not before. An awakening. That, you know, beginning of the great ascension. Being part of this collective that is, I think, going through it. There are a lot of people who seem to be really going through something. Now, does it always look pretty? No. Is it always easy? Absolutely not. Is it, treacherous and heartbreaking at times? Yes, yes, yes. But you're doing it. You're doing it, and that's what matters. Now, I keep staring at this, and it looks like it says hi. And I'm thinking it says hi, and then we have another A over here, and a flower, and an illuminated light. Okay, the candle up here. And so I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't showing that. H-I, and then there's an A over here. And then we have a flower, and then we have the illuminated candle up there. And I'm looking at this as I'm talking. It's sitting over here, and I'm staring at it. And I'm thinking, there's somebody coming through for you. And I think that this is like family or a close friend that transitioned. And I feel like it was just a fun relationship. And like if you were to encounter them in a supernatural way, it wouldn't be scary because they would just be like, oh, hi, and I don't know. It just seems like there's a sense of a really fun rapport between the two of you. I also see the A, so I wonder if they are an A name. Okay. And I'm looking, we had the A on here. And so I'm wondering, I don't know. It is in here though. I saw it in the ice. It's on this part right here, as you can see. So I feel like this really is somebody who, and there's love. There is that flower, the flower there. So I do feel like this is somebody you were very close with. And I think in a lot of ways you still are. It feels like they are very present in your life. And, and I think this kind of ties into that star formation that I saw. It's kind of like, you look up at the sky and the stars twinkle, but you're thinking about this person and it twinkles and it twinkles. And it's like, a confirmation that they're there. They're out there. They're looking over you, kind of spreading the stardust over your life. And there are moments when things feel so magical and like so much luck, fortune, in your life. And you can't help but think like they're looking out for me. They're helping me do these things, and that's a beautiful energy to have in the mix. So we have the divine doors. It says, behind every door lies adventure, mystery, and inspiration. I really like adventure. I love mystery. And of course, I always need inspiration. So that's pretty good. and I love doors. Those are my favorite. It's one of my favorite symbols. And I will go out of my way to go see a beautiful door when I'm out on a walk or something. Okay, and we're going to stop where it felt right. It says patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. That's that star card energy again. Yes, everything will be all right. Yeah. All right, you have somebody really who loves you looking out for you. Which makes sense because you look out for others. So I feel like, you've had that love and support in your life. You know what that feels like. And it would make sense that you would pass that on to others. All right, Pisces, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it's free to subscribe. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. I definitely read them all and they mean the world to me. All right. With that, I will say, I love you. Take care of yourself and we'll talk in just a few days.